Hodu ladonai ki tov. If you build me a sanctuary, I will dwell among you.
Please rise.
Hodu ladonai ki tov. Hilei olam chasov. Yomar la Yisrael. Hilei olam le'olam chasov. Hilei olam le'olam chasov. Let us give thanks and rejoice in the Lord. Let us His glory shine forth. Let us give thanks and rejoice in the Lord. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will give thanks and praise His name. If you build me a sanctuary as in days gone by, then I will dwell among you, and you shall be my people. Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzevaot. Then the old will become new, and the new it will be holy. Yes, the new it will be holy. Build me a sanctuary as in days gone by, then I will dwell among you, and you shall be my people. Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzevaot.
Then the old will become new,
and the new it will be holy. Yes, the new it will be holy. Zeh hayom asa Adonai. Nagila, nagila, nagila v'nishmecha bo. Zeh hayom asa Adonai. Nagila, nagila, nagila v'nishmecha bo. V'nishmecha bo.
Shanah Tovah, everyone. It is extraordinarily good to see all of you and for all of us to be together. I suspect, like me, we no longer take the simple beauty of being together for granted. So I want to welcome you here to your home. And I want to welcome everyone who's watching from their own homes. Also watching tonight is Cantor. She's watching at home because her husband and her son have COVID.
And her daughter.
She does not, but out of an abundance of caution, we're keeping care at home. And she's watching as well from home, but she's with us here in our hearts. Just a little piece of Talmud before we really get going. So according to the great sages of the Talmud, if you are unable to speak, you can pray from your heart and your prayers will be accepted by God. If you are unable to see, your prayers will nevertheless be accepted by God. If you are unable to hear, so too your prayers will be accepted by God on high. But, say the sages of the Talmud, if your cell phone goes off during the service, you don't have a chance. So let's take a moment now. Even if you're sure your phone is on silent, look in your pocket, look in your purse, and please let's all check our phones so that we can have a beautiful service together without interruption. And now let's take the opportunity, whether in front of us, behind us, to our left, to our right, let's say hello to each other and wish each other a Shanah Tovah and offer each other a Shanah Tovah blessing. Susan, you're going to be up next.
Page 10 and 11. The first mitzvah in the Torah is let there be light. So we are commanded, in everything you do, be a menorah, a bringer of light. Live with honor, act with integrity, do your work with passion, and the radiance of your deeds will live after you. May our ideals burn bright, forever unextinguished. And may we live our lives like the flames we kindle, always stretching upward, striving for the good, reaching for you.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner, lehadlik ner shel Yom Tov.
We rise for the Kiddush for Rosh Hashanah. We turn to page 78. Baruch atah Adonai. Eloheinu melech haolam, porei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai. Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'am, ורוממנו מכל לשון, וקידשנו במצוותיו. ותיתן לנו אדוני אלוהינו באהבה את יום הזיכרון הזה, יום תרוע מקרות קודש, זכר זכר ליציאת מצרים. קידשת מכל העמים, ולברך האמת וקיים לעד. ברוך אתה אדוני. על כל הארץ מקדש ישראל ביום הזיכרון. ברוך אתה אדוני. אלוהינו מלך העולם, שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו. לזמן הזה.
Continue on page 12. To everything there is a season, and a time for every purpose under heaven.
Please read with me. This is the season of the soul, a time to rejoice, a time to reflect, a time to return.
A time to gather round the table with loved ones and friends, a time for song and silence, for prayer and confession to open the heart, a time to retreat to our sanctuaries within, a time to renew the life and spirit of our community.
This is the season of attentiveness, a time to notice what has unfolded and what has not, a time to regret, a time to forgive, a time to remember cherished dreams and high ideals erased by reality.
This is the season of hope, like mist rising at sunset, like dew descending at dawn. Our hopes beautify and nourish everything they touch. Our hopes make us partners in creation, pursuers of peace, people who aspire to a world of justice.
This is the season of awe. When our eyes behold it, may we feel blessed. When we turn toward each other, let us feel strength. When we seek the holy, may we find purpose. May we find courage. May we find love. We continue on page 19. Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu, Yehi ratzon shenizkel levirchotecha b'shnat chameshet alafim shva ma'ot shmonim v'shalosh. Elohei haolam barech otanu ve'et kol beit Yisrael b'chidush yameinu, b'simcha u'v'shalom b'nachama v'ometz lev, b'chilutz atzamot u'v'ruach etana, Yehi pris vatenu mikubal v'ratzui lefanecha b'fros Hashanah Chadasha. La'ad modim anachnu lach al matnat hachayim. Our God and God of our ancestors, may we know your blessings in the year 5783. Eternal One, bless us and the whole house of Israel with renewed life, happiness, peace, comfort and courage, resilience and strength. May the words of our heart be acceptable to you in the new year that stretches before us. We are forever grateful for the gift of life. Means here I am. Sometimes said hineni, sometimes hineni. It means here I am, not just physically, but spiritually and emotionally. Completely present, completely available, surrendered, yielded, ready to do whatever is asked of me. It is the answer that Abraham, Jacob, Moses, Samuel, and Isaiah gave when called by God. On Rosh Hashanah, it is our Chazan, our Cantor, who sings this word and the words afterwards with humility, honesty, and an open, vulnerable heart. Our Cantor presents himself to God on our behalf, to plead for compassion and forgiveness, to beseech God to accept our prayers and his prayer for us. Here I am, our Cantor says. So poor in deeds, I tremble in fear, overwhelmed and apprehensive before you, to whom Israel sings praise. Although unworthy, I rise to pray and seek favor for your people Israel, for they have entrusted me with this task. Page 17, Hineni.
Adonai, Adonai, El Rachum v'Chanun, Elohei Yisrael, Shaddai, Hayom v'Nora. Hayeno Masliach Tarki, Asher Ani Holech, Lahamod Levakesh Rachamim, Levakesh Rachamim, Alai ve'al Sholchai, Ki ata, Shomea, Shomea, Tfilat Amcha Yisrael, Rachamim, Baruch ata, Shomea, 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 Shomea,
We rise together on page 20 for our Martha. We turn together to page 22. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, b'chochma poteach sha'arim. Blessed are you, Adonai. Your great name fills the universe with majestic might. Your word creates twilight and dusk, as your wisdom opens the gates of night. Your discernment separates the changing season and causes the passage of time. The stars arrayed across the sky reveal your design. You roll out the cycle of darkness and light, shaping day and night. You sweep away day and carry the world into nightfall, setting day apart from nighttime. You are God of all we can perceive and all that is beyond our perception. Living, eternal God, be our sovereign to the end of time.
Taminim lo chalenu le'olam v'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, Hamariv Haravim. We join in Ahavat Olam, our prayer, devotion for God, for God's love shown through the gift of the Torah. Page 24. Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadta.
Malkeinu Adonai Eloheinu B'shokbeinu u'v'kudeinu Nasiach b'chukecha
Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadta. ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד.
כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נגע יומם ולילה יומם ולילה
אהבת עולם, בית ישראל, עמך אהבת. ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנה ירמים, ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל, שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ברוך שם כבוד מלכותו לעולם ועד. We can be seated. Let's all join in chanting the Yahafta, page 28. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני Adonai Elohechem. Adonai Elohechem emet.
On page 34 and 36, we are about to sing Micha Mocha and then Hashkivenu. And these two prayers combined really reflect the way that we connect with God on these high holy days. Micha Mocha takes us back to that moment of one of the greatest miracles of our people's history. Standing there at the shore of the sea together, God parts the sea and we walk together to our freedom, our redemption. So God, for us in that moment, is with us all, protecting the entire community. And then we sing Hashkivenu, almost drawing in that personal God, sheltering us with that Sukkot Shalom, that shelter of peace, acknowledging that when the stars and the moon are in the sky and it's nighttime, we're vulnerable. And we need that extra help and that extra protection. And as we go into this new year, let us connect with the miracles that God performs for us as a community. And let us remember in the evening the shelter and protection that God provides for us and our souls as individuals. Micha Mocha, page 34.
Micha Mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha Mocha nedar v'kodesh, norat tehilot osef taret, malchutecha ra'u vanecha, pokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, Zeli anu v'yamaru Adonai imloch le'olam v'ad v'ne'emar kifad Adonai et Yaakov u'galo miyad chazak mimenu baruch ata Adonai ka'al Yisrael. Hashkivenu, our prayer for peace. Page 36. May we lie down each night in peace and be raised up to life renewed. May the shelter of your peace encircle the world again.
May we be kept from hatred and war. May we be kept from hunger and pain. May the shelter of your peace encircle the world again. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leShalom. May the shelter of your peace be spread over us. Be spread over us. Be spread over us and all the world. Hashkivenu
Nazi Kaddish, page 40.
יתקדל ויתקדש מרבה ילמד יברא קירותי וימליך מלכותי בחיי חון ובימי חון וגאי לכל בית ישראל בגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה יתברך יתברך ישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה לאילך ולאילך מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו
We now continue with the Amidah. We're on page 42, and I would like to invite us all to please rise.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu ve'imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Leah ve'Elohei Rachel Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor ve'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim Bekonei Hakol Vezocher Chasdei Avot ve'imot Umevii Geula livnei bneihem Leman Shemo be'yahava Zochreinu l'chaim Mel chafetz b'chaim V'chotfeinu b'sefer ha'chaim Lema'ancha Elohim chayim Melech ozer u'moshia u'magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Abraham ve'ezrat Sarah אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה, רב להושיע. מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים. hakol, Baruch ata Adonai, Mechayei hakol.
Shalom Rav by Rabbi Richard Levy, Zichrono Livracha. War is what we know, plan for, calculate, talk about so often, it seems as natural as breath. Peace is what you know. You created it with the world's first light, that it might keep at bay the chaos which preceded your creation. When you said to darkness, "Let there be light," you really said, "Let there be shalom, let there be peace." When you said to the sea, "Let there be Israel," you really said, "Let there be messengers of shalom, messengers of peace." Teach us how to resist the messengers of war and place upon our breath shalom in abundance, that we may speak of it to every person every day. You are praised, you who commands your people Israel within a warring world to speak, to act, to dare for shalom. We continue with Shalom Rav, page 66.
בספר חיים, ברכה ושלום, ופרנסה טובה, פרנסה טובה, מי זכר, וניכתב בפניך, אנחנו וכל עמך, בית ישראל, לחיים טובים ולשלום, בספר חיים ולשלום. ברוך אתה אדוני עושה השלום.
We now continue with Tfilat Halev, the prayers and the meditations of your heart.
Last week, a panel of medical experts recommended for the first time that all adults below the age of 65 get screened by their doctor for anxiety. We laugh, but at the same time, it's a scary reality. This group was put together by the Department of Health and Human Services, and they began their work even before the pandemic. But in the last 2 years, the number of people being treated and diagnosed with anxiety and depressive disorders has risen to 42%. When we offer the Misha Berach prayer, we are not only offering this prayer for people who are physically in pain, those with cancer or COVID or autoimmune diseases or bruised bodies and broken bones. We are also offering this blessing for those who are in a mental state of disrepair. Those who, maybe some even in this room, who have trouble waking up in the morning, those who walk through the day depressed, not really sure of what their future is going to hold for them, and those who bury themselves in unhealthy habits. And it's also a prayer that we offer for those who have a hole in their heart or their home because they've lost someone who they love very much. And so tonight, as we begin this new year and we offer Misha Berach, we offer it in the hopes that it is not just for those who are in physical pain, not just even for those who are in emotional pain, but that this is a blessing and a prayer for all of us, for those of us who are in need of healing and those of us who have a responsibility to help those around us heal as well. We join together in the middle of page 245 for Misha Berach.
Before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu Mekor habracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
In just a few moments, the Cantor will chant the verses of Avinu Malkeinu. We'll read aloud, and then we'll all sing a familiar melody for the final line. But it didn't always happen that way. In Eastern Europe, there was a custom to chant Avinu Malkeinu aloud, but to recite the final line in a whisper. The Dubner Maggid, the 18th century Hasidic master, explained the custom with a parable. Once there was a village grocer. Once a year, he would go to the big city and order supplies and merchandise for the coming year. When he entered the warehouse, he was dazzled by the amount and the variety of merchandise that was on display. And so in his excitement, he would say, "Give me some of this and give me some of that." He got carried away. He would go down the aisles and order everything in sight. And then when he got to the cashier and totaled his bill, he was embarrassed. And he would say in a whisper, "I'm sorry, but I don't have enough money to pay for everything that I've ordered. Would you please give it to me on credit? And if I have a good year, I will be able to pay for it all." So it is with us, said the Dubner. When we think of all the things we would like to have in the new year, we are overwhelmed with desire. And so we call out, Avinu Malkeinu, give us health. Avinu Malkeinu, give us wealth. Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu. But when we come to the last line, we realize how little merit we may have. And so we say in a whisper, Avinu Malkeinu, have pity on us and give us all we ask for on credit, even though we may not have enough good deeds to pay for it all. Give us another year of life and we will try to be better. Give us another year of life and we will justify your faith in us and pay you back for all you give us. In that spirit, we turn now to Avinu Malkeinu, page 77.
Avinu Malkeinu, Shema Kuleinu.
Avinu Malkeinu, almighty and merciful, hear our voice.
Avinu Malkeinu, Chatanu Lefanecha.
Avinu Malkeinu, we have strayed and sinned before you.
Avinu Malkeinu, Chamal Aleinu, V'yalal Aleinu L'tapenu.
Avinu Malkeinu, have compassion on us and our families.
Avinu Malkeinu, Kalei Deber V'cherev V'ra'av Me'aleinu.
Avinu Malkeinu, halt the onslaught of sickness, violence, and hunger.
Avinu Malkeinu, Kalei Kol Tsar U'mastim Me'aleinu.
Avinu Malkeinu, halt the reign of those who cause pain and terror.
Avinu Malkeinu, Kotbeinu B'Sefer Chaim Tovim.
Avinu Malkeinu, enter our names in the book of lives well lived.
Avinu Malkeinu, Kaddish Aleinu, Shanah Tovah.
Avinu Malkeinu, renew us for a year of goodness.
Avinu Malkeinu, Chonenu Baneinu, Ki ein banu masim, Hasei imanu, Tzedaka v'chesed, v'roshiyenu.
Avinu Malkeinu, almighty and merciful, answer us with grace, for our deeds are wanting. Save us through acts of justice and love.
Avinu Malkeinu, Choneinu Baneinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Choneinu Baneinu, Ki ein banu masim. Asei imanu, Tzedaka v'chesed. Asei imanu, Tzedaka v'chesed, v'hoshiyenu. Avinu Malkeinu, Choneinu Baneinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Choneinu Baneinu, Ki ein banu masim.
What I'm about to tell you amazes me, and it might amaze some of you too. This is my 36th Rosh Hashanah on the Bima at Wilshire Boulevard Temple. 36. 2 times 18. Double high. 2 rabbinic lifetimes. I was 26 years old when the president of the temple and Rabbi Fields offered me the job of assistant rabbi. I had a full head of curly hair, a 29-inch waist, and I weighed 140 pounds. Now, I am 62. Many of you know that I have been obsessed with the idea of ethical wills for many, many years. These are documents we create for the people we love to offer them our life lessons and our blessings. A normal will is all about our stuff. Who gets how much of it and when. Believing that the material somehow will express the emotional, that money and things will guide and comfort the people we love. I often say that is like handing our loved ones a picture of food. It will not nurture or sustain or comfort them. A normal will is about the physical things we have earned and collected, but an ethical will is about what we stand for and our blessings and our hopes for the people we love. I have written an ethical will for Betsy and for Aaron and Hannah. They are my family. And now, I have written one for you too, because all of you are a second family to me. Here goes. Dear Wilshire Boulevard Temple members, my second family. Article 1. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching at home, for sticking with us through the vaccines and the masks and the variants. Thank you for caring about your temple and your Judaism when many other congregations were abandoned by their members in favor of online a la carte rent-a-rabbi Judaism. We have the real thing here. Real community, real devotion, real ambition. Thank you. Article 2. We are all so lucky to be here, to be a part of Wilshire Boulevard Temple. So let's cherish this gift. The Torah asks us to choose life, and what this really means is to choose to be a Jew in ways beyond biology. Yes, anti-Semitism is real in our country. It festers on the far right, and it festers on the extreme left, sometimes openly, sometimes cloaked as a kind of perverse twisting of the facts, or neo-Nazism, or neo-fascism, or shallow and fanatical wokeism. Yes, Jew hate is real. But we can fight it back if we call it by its name. And we can make it essentially insignificant by making the most of the blessing that America really is. The combination of Torah and capitalism and freedom that America offers us is unprecedented. It is unprecedented in all of Jewish history. It is a recipe for a Jewish renaissance, unlike any the world has ever seen. To be a Jew needs to be more than being just an anti-Semite. Every day we have a choice between embracing or squandering the opportunity America offers us to grow and enrich our Jewish story, our inner spiritual lives, and to change the world around us. Let us not squander what it means to be the luckiest Jews who ever lived. Article 3. So much of what it means to be a good person is to show up. A true friend shows up. A true friend helps. A true friend loves us even when we stumble. A true friend sticks up for us when others abandon us. More than half the world's Jews live in Israel, and well over half the Jewish babies born every year are born in Israel. Please go. Please help. Please be a true friend to Israel, always. Article 4. Please do not take the Jewish future for granted. We have an assimilation rate that is staggering. And American Jews are having 1.7 children per couple. Replacement rate is 2.1. We are shrinking. Most synagogues are struggling to survive. Every few days, I get an email from some Jewish organization trying to convince me of some particular enemy facing the Jewish people, that unless we vanquish, we are finished. Often it is anti-Semitism or intermarriage or assimilation or a lack of diversity or the cost of Jewish life or Israel's policies or so many perceived threats to our faith. What I'm about to say might surprise you. But I don't think any of those things are the most lethal threat to American Judaism. The most lethal threat to American Judaism is boredom. Too often when people show up to things Jewish, they are bored by what takes place. We will need more and better leaders on and off the pulpit to carry our people and our story forward. Or Pilates, Peloton, and Netflix will become the true religion of non-Orthodox Jews in America. Where will the next generation of inspiration come from? Article 5. When people ask me what our mission is as a temple, my answer is very simple. We make Jews. Our congregation is a Jew-making enterprise for the future. This is where the battle against boredom and fatalism will be won or lost, on the passion and quality of the next generation of leaders. Will they carry Torah in their hearts? Do they have something to say? Do they have that spark and that passion and that talent? Yes, they do. The children coming out of our religious school, our early childhood centers, our elementary schools, and our camps are great. They are great kids. The Torah calls us, and we call ourselves the chosen people. It is one of the most misunderstood ideas in all of Judaism. It does not, as our enemies have often contended, mean that we are chosen for privilege. No. We choose to be chosen. We choose ve'ahavta re'echa kamocha, to love our neighbors as ourselves. We choose to give a damn when someone is suffering, to not look away. We choose to be responsible for Torah and for decency in the world. And that is what it means to be chosen. So let's keep choosing to build schools and camps in order to keep creating these incredible Jewish leaders of the future. At one time in Jewish history, there were fewer than 7,000 Jews in the entire world who had not converted to paganism. Only 7,000 believers left. And those 7,000 made all the difference. They chose to be Jews. We are a congregation of 10,000. We can make all the difference. All of you choose to be Jews. What we do together matters. You matter. Help us do more any way you can. Article 6. People often quote Maya Angelou to me when she said, "People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." I don't think she was right. People do remember what you said. People do remember what you did and what you said you would do, but didn't. And those words and deeds and kept or broken promises are exactly why people feel a certain way about you. Each time one of you has reached out to me to say you care, to say thank you, to gently help me be a better person, those small kindnesses and corrections loom very large in my heart. There is no such thing as a small kindness. There is no such thing as a word that does not matter. There is no such thing as a person who does not matter. Thank you for understanding that I am a person, just a person. Every one of us is just a person. Wounded, loving, lost and found, happy and sad, petty and generous, blessed and cursed. Every one of us is just a person. Empathy is the only thing we have that will save us and save our families and our marriages and our shul and our city and our nation and our world. Reflection and Article 7. If you are sitting next to someone you truly love tonight, and that someone truly loves you, you are in the presence of greatness. For what is greater than love? When a husband holds his wife or she holds him, not during triumph, but in his or her defeat. When broken in paralyzing pain, for the emptying of post-surgical drains, the changing of bandages, the muck of a moral failure, and a wash in tears. That holding, that is love. When a parent has faith in a child in his or her most disappointing and foolish moment, that is love. When we reach out to each other, not with cruel judgment, but with mercy and with compassion, that too, that is love. Let this always be a sanctuary in the truest meaning of that word. A place of empathy and kindness, civility and respect. A place that unites, not divides. A place of Torah and of love. For Torah and love are God's greatest gifts and our greatest hope. Years ago, I saw these windows taken apart into thousands, tens of thousands of individual pieces. They had no beauty. They had no power then. It was only when they were put back together, each holding its own beautiful place in the mosaic, but also supporting its neighbor to the right and to the left, above and below. Only then was true beauty created. Only then did they capture light. With empathy, humility, and love for each other, our Rosh Hashanah prayers will not be in vain. Article 8. The Hebrew word for Jew, Yehudi, comes from the word Todah, which means thanks. I often hear it said of someone that they were a wonderful person because they always said thank you to people like waiters and parking valets and store clerks. I actually think that's the easiest part. Thanking strangers for a job well done is easy compared to telling the people closest to us that they matter, that we are grateful to them and proud of them. So I want to thank all of you here tonight and all of you watching at home Thank you. Thank you for holding on to your Judaism and the values of the Torah. Thank you for caring about your temple. Thank you for being so good to me and to my family. I was ordained in a class of 70 rabbis, and there are only 2 of us left in the same congregation where we began. Everyone else has gone on to multiple positions. It is very, very rare for a rabbi to remain in one congregation for an entire career. When my colleagues ask me why I have stayed so long, my answer is always the same, and it is always the truth. It's the people, I say. The hearts and souls of the people I get to work with and the people I get to serve. It is because of you. Article 9, the final article. Betsy and I will celebrate our 37th anniversary in December. I watched her enter the room when we met, and I knew. I just knew. We were engaged on our second date. You see, I know when I know. 36 years ago, I walked into this sanctuary through that door during my interview for the job, and I stood right here, and I knew. I just knew. I met leaders and members of the temple, and I knew. I just knew. You are the best, the very, very best congregation anywhere. What a gift to have shared 2 lifetimes with you. What do I know most of all after these 36 years? I am so proud to be 4 things. I am so proud to be my mother and my father's son. I am so proud to be Betsy's husband. I am so proud to be Aaron and Hannah's dad. And I am so proud to be your rabbi. We have many more years ahead of us together. And when God willing, many of us are here again after a 3rd lifetime together, triple chai. I know what will be in my heart to tell you, because it will be exactly what is most in my heart to tell you right now. And the truest things never change. I will walk carefully onto this bima through that door at the age of 80. And I will tell you then what I most wish to tell you now. I am so proud of you, of us. Here's to another 18, to another lifetime together. L'chaim, l'chaim, l'chaim. Love, Steve.
Avinu Malkeinu, hear our voices. Avinu Malkeinu, Shema Koleinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Chatanu lefanecha. Avinu Malkeinu, Chamol aleinu, ve'amol aleinu, v'tapeinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Kotvenu b'sefer Chaim Tovim. Avinu Malkeinu, Kaddish aleinu, Kaddish aleinu, Shanah Tovah. Avinu Malkeinu, Shema Koleinu, Shema Koleinu, Shema
Oh, wow. Oh, I don't know about you, but I think it's pretty great. I mean, this is fantastic. I am just so happy right now looking at these faces. Right? Okay. Sure. Good. Okay. So before we continue, just a few brief announcements. First, Shanah Tovah, everyone. This is fantastic. We want to give a special thanks to Congressman Brad Sherman for being here with us today. Thank you so much, Congressman, for being with us. Really appreciate you being here. Thank you. Also, sitting on the bima today, we have current Wilshire Boulevard Temple President Scott Edelman and former presidents Julie Miller, Bruce Carrots, Bruce Friedman, Rich Pacholski, Barry Edwards. I mean, this is just fantastic. And also, say that again? What? Mark Siegel and Howard Bernstein, also fantastic. Look at all of these presidents of Wilshire Boulevard Temple being here with us today. Julie, what did you call it? The Mount Rushmore of this is just fantastic. Yes, this is the best. Also, our Torah carriers this evening, Claire Goldsmith, Reagan Silber, accompanied by Rome, Betty Wynn, Barry Edwards, accompanied by Quinn. Where's Quinn? There he is, accompanied by Quinn. Thank you so much for bringing Torah into our space. Also, seriously, a big thanks to all of the staff of Wilshire Boulevard Temple. Really a big thank you to all the staff of Wilshire Boulevard Temple who made this happen today. I mean, they worked tirelessly round the clock to make sure that we could all be here together, and that is no small feat. So again, thank you. All right, check this out. We have a lot of services going on tomorrow, So please, please, please make sure you check your digital tickets. I got it, all right, it's okay. Your digital tickets. And many of our services are already at capacity. So please, please, please make sure you check your tickets and attend the services that you registered for. I mean, what a challenge and a problem to have. That's a good challenge and problem to, well, especially because I don't have to deal with it as much as the other people, but it's just really special that we're all here together. Also, before or after any of our services tomorrow, we invite you and your family to visit the Tashlich fountain that will be at the flagpole by the parking structure for a moment of reflection. In addition to that, we have a Tashlich service at the beach this coming Sunday, October 2nd at 4 p.m. I think I got it. Did I get them all? I think I got them all. I think we're good. Fantastic. So with that, we're going to continue on page 82 with Aleinu, and I invite us all to please rise.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כאב, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר היה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
Let's remain standing. We take the time now to think about those in our lives and in our community who are no longer with us. Specifically today, we think of those who have died during this past Shloshim, this past 30 days. Betty Cohen, Joan Kellner Cohen, Parviz Daniel Poor, Don Geller, Wendy Harrison, Mark Klein, Jared Morris, Hien Hu Fan. We also add to all of those names those who have died defending the United States of America, those who have died defending the state of Israel, all of those who have died as senseless acts of terror and hatred around the world. and all of those who have no one left to say the mourner's Kaddish for them. And finally, if you are thinking of anyone else today, I invite you to say those names now in your hearts as we remain standing in support of all of those in our community thinking of someone today. We will continue with Kaddish Atom, the mourner's Kaddish, on page 90. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם עולמי עולמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו. לאל מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, תאמירן בעלמא ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. שנה טובה.
Shanah Tovah.
One lifetime. One lifetime.